although many people hoped that we would see the One Love armband make its tournament debut at the Women's World Cup this summer, FIFA have said no, they've ruled out the One Love armband, even though its sentiment is a little bit muddled along the way, and they've brought out 8 of their own armbands, and this comes after some consultation with all 32 teams, with the UN. It looks like they've tried to find a solution, but maybe have started out with sort of some set parameters. So there are 8 or there are 9 in total if you don't want to unite for something. The 8 Unite armbands are Unite for Inclusion, Unite for Indigenous People, Unite for Gender Equality, Unite for Peace, Unite for Education for All, Unite for Zero Hunger, Unite for Ending Violence Against Women. Now, if you don't want to wear any of those, and you can chop and change through the tournament, then you can just wear Football is Joy, Peace, Love, Hope, and Passion. But so you've got to pick one for a start, which feels strange that you've got to go, let's unite for peace. Let's do that. And then you might, but then there's well, why aren't you uniting to end hunger? Or why aren't you uniting to end gendered violence? Why is it, so that taking a stand on societal issues is a strange one to have to pick one out. But what is missing, although the Unite for Inclusion armband looks suspiciously like the One Love armband, it's got the same colours in the same order. It's a heart. And what we know about the One Love armband, the messaging has kind of gotten very muddled over the last Men's World Cup in Qatar. It's the colours, the flag, the One Love armband is Pan-African and the pansexual flag. It's about heritage and racial identity, as well as grouping in sexual and gender identities. It's a very catch-all, very general armband, but it's sort of been beefed up as the gay one, the queer one, the LGBTQ plus one. So you look at this and you end up, well, Unite for Inclusion is kind of very similar to the One Love armband. It's kind of looks like the rip-off, the cheapo version. But there's nothing specific for the LGBTQ plus community. And we were hoping so much that this tournament, we would see that. We'd see that the willingness from FIFA to allow the fans and the players to embrace this community of so many who are at part. But no One Love armbands, no rainbows. If you wear them, you'll face sporting sanctions, just like we saw in Qatar. But it's glaring. Now, we know there's a finite number of players out in the men's game, but when we talk about women's football, not only are there so many players who are out, there are so many who find themselves within the community, although they are not publicly out, but from players to coaches to fans, to people you'll find in the press box, to people who work in the governance in women's football, from the elite level all the way down to grassroots, you just find members of the queer community, of people who identify as lesbians, people who are trans, people who are non-binary, pansexual, bisexuals. Everyone in that community is represented in women's football in one way or another, and en masse. It's a very different sort of community when you come to women's football rather than men's, when you come to a women's game. And we were expecting to see this sort of this inclusion and this freedom, this openness, this warmth in Australia, despite the fact it's going to be raining all the time. Because we know that Australia and New Zealand are much more progressive countries. Yes, I'm sure they've got their fair share of homophobes, but this isn't Qatar. This isn't where homosexuality is illegal. This is where gay marriage, not even just being queer, but gay marriage is legal in Australia. So this feels like a massive cop-out from FIFA. Now, nothing has changed. The One Love armband was banned and it's still banned. But we kind of had this hope that something was going to happen, that we were going to see change, because it's a very different environment. It's a very different community you get in women's football. And it's highly disappointing to have this news, even though, it's lovely because you can wear an armband, and armband for peace or for gender equality. It's lovely. It's great. But if you want to do something that is representative of the queer community, if you want to, you don't have to. You can't, because you've got sporting sanctions. And it feels very odd with the people involved in women's football. Now, men's football said it's a different place, it's a different landscape. Women's football isn't like that. And it feels quite the slap in the face to say to the players, as well as the fans, that no, we can't, for one reason or another. But, we've got kind of like our own One Love, or we've got, other options you can use. But there's, especially right at the end of Pride Month, just feels like a slap in the face for the queer community. However, we can unite, at the very least, in Australia and New Zealand.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.